So last year, as I try to do every year, I try to make predictions about what I think will happen in Proptech for the coming year. And this year, what I'm doing that's a little different is I'm actually looking back on my predictions from last year to see if they actually were accurate, and reflecting on how those anticipated themes actually played out over the course of the year. So this is my video from probably almost exactly 1 year ago. So let me watch this. So some predictions for 2023 in the PropTech world. This is always hard to do because this is a category that has like a billion themes and opportunities that you could go after. But one, you're going to start to see consolidation. We have just lived through this super cycle of innovation in and around PropTech. I think what you can expect to see is that a lot of these larger companies will just acquire a lot of early stage businesses. So on that first point, that was actually true. I think probably only a month or two after I recorded this, the largest private transaction in PropTech happened, which fifthwall was, a major part of, and one of our portfolio companies was the centerpiece of, which was Lessen and SMS Assist merged. That alone would have signaled a huge break with how historically, the PropTech capital markets ecosystem had been evolving, which was largely around just primary capital flowing into these businesses. That was the first break in terms of companies that were operating competitively and independently could or should merge. And the outcome for Lessen and SMS and their investors was obviously incredible. And I think you're going to see more of that. You certainly saw more of that over the course of 2023, but that first one seems spot on. Let's see what happened in the second. The second, I think, is that property management technology. While it's not like that has been out of fashion, I think you're going to see a lot more of it. So whether it's a marketplace business or whether it's a new financial product digitally delivered to the consumer, there's this dependence on home buying. And given where rates are today, I think we can realistically expect to see a retraction of that. But by that same token, property management for all real estate asset classes, whether it's single family residential or multifamily, and everything from yield management to CapEx, you're going to see, I think, a lot of innovation in that space. The second point, I would give myself a B- on my predictive ability. I mean, one part of it was right, but I don't think that was too hard to anticipate, which is that all of the first generation of huge PropTech winners, which were primarily centered around home buying and residential fintech, that wave had already died off. I think it had died off certainly by the time I was recording this video. You could have expected in 2023, and I think you can expect in 2024, there's not going to be a lot of activity around residential fintech. The other part of my prediction in property management technology, honestly, I wish I'd seen more. And I think what we have seen is that AI has collided with that in really interesting, creative ways. Some of our investments over the course of the last year, like in Tailorbird, I'm not sure I even anticipated here, but I think that AI is going to remake property management and automation, become more interconnected and interstitched with like what we think of as industrial IoT and like the BMS technology, which is actually more like physical plant management technology. So investments that fifthwall has made like Runwise, I think you can conceptualize as property management technology in a way that I don't think I was when I was recording this video, but that's starting to happen. But I would say this was a okay-ish prediction. The last theme is, I already know the third. I think construction tech, which is, as far behind as real estate was as an industry in innovating, construction, you could make a case, is even further behind that. And it's an enormous industry. It's very archaic. It's been very slow to adopt technology. And I think earlier on in PropTech's evolution, you didn't see construction tech. There just wasn't a lot of opportunities. We, of course, had Procore in fifthwall's portfolio, but outside of that, there just haven't been the same scale of outcomes in the space. And so construction tech is a space that we are really excited about. The third one was more like a hope, which is that we would see more innovation around construction tech. There's been quite a bit of innovation around construction tech. Fifthwall invested in Procore, which is obviously an amazing exit for us, but there is just so much more opportunity in this space. And we've obviously actively invested. I would say we haven't been as active as I would like, and I don't think we were as active as I would like in 2023. So I'm hoping that in 2024, we see more opportunities in that space. I would give that prediction it was okay. It was probably more of a hope than a prediction, and it was somewhat obvious. I think it remains true, which I'm curious how my predictions for 2024 will age favorably or unfavorably if I go back and do this next year as well. But I am nonetheless really excited for what 2024 holds. I think when I recorded this video, I was really excited for what 2023 held. And I just think we've seen an ongoing maturation of this really important industry that Fifthwall plays in, and Fifthwall's role in that industry, which is Proptech, and now obviously the growing importance of climate tech and decarbonization as a part of that.